Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Katie Gordon Show, today's best country mix. If you're joining us, welcome. Thank you for joining us. So, right now, I'm with Will Reid. Hey, Will, how are you today?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Doing good. So, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into music.
Well, like I said, I started off listening to a lot of bluegrass music and stuff growing up as a kid. My dad had a bluegrass band, and kind of followed in his footsteps. Started a bluegrass band late high school. We played for a long time, and then of course, life kind of got in the way, college and stuff, and it was hard getting everybody together. And kind of started picking up my own gigs and stuff like that. So it just kind of took off from there.
Awesome. And what do you most enjoy about music?
Uh, what is there not to enjoy about music? I mean, the camaraderie.
Right.
Uh, yeah, the camaraderie. Just it's comparable to storytelling. Good lyrics. And the thought that goes into it. The emotion that goes into it. You can portray your feelings. It's poetry. You know what I mean? So.
Mm-hmm. If you could duet or collaborate with any singer, who would you choose and why?
Oh wow, that's a tough one. There's so many. It if you would have asked me, I don't know, a year or so ago, the answer would have been totally different. But right now, honestly, I'd have to pick Cody Johnson. I'm a big fan of his. I love his energy. I love his drive. I love everything he stands for. Yeah, he doesn't he doesn't give in, if you know what I mean. He's a very strong-willed person, and it's obvious. And his morals are similar to mine, so I think that's a big thing in music, at least for me, anyways.
And where can people find you on social media, Will?
Well, I have I'm most active, I would say, on my Instagram account. I also have a Facebook page dedicated directly to my music. I'm working on TikTok. I haven't had TikTok very long. Still trying to figure out the outs and ends of it. Not too proficient on it, but it's coming along. My Instagram is Will Reid R3ID. Again, that's Will R3ID. So if you want to check that out, it's got a lot of good content on there. And then obviously my Facebook is just Will Reid, and TikTok is Will Reid Music.
Do you have any new singles or any upcoming projects that we can look forward to?
Like I said, I've got Albuquerque out right now. That's making some headway. It's actually doing a lot better than I expected it to. Getting a lot of spins on it. It's moving up on the charts, which is a blessing. I've got sometime around probably next spring. We're going to try to get our next project out, which will be a song called "As Cold as Your Heart." That one, I'm pretty excited about it as well. Just kind of wait to see what Albuquerque does.
And what does a typical day look like for you, Will?
Well, get up and go to work. I mean, I work as a lineman for a local power company. I've been there for 7 years next year.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And it's there at 7 o'clock. Home at 6 o'clock in the evening. Chill around the house a little bit, play some music.
Mm-hmm. If you could go open a show for any artist or singer, who would you choose and why?
That's a good question. Honestly, again, going back to the artist I'd like to duet with would be Cody Johnson. But right now, I'd almost be too nervous to open for him because I don't think I can match his energy right now. I think I still have a lot to learn when it comes to performing stuff. I'm a big fan of Kevin Denny. He's got hundreds of good songs that he's written. Just a really big fan of his. I feel like him and I would kind of match pretty well. So that'd be one I'd like to open for.
What is the best piece of advice another musician has ever given you?
Um, Let me think on that for a second. The best piece of advice that another musician has ever given me. Well, I'll tell you, I had a friend of mine told me one time to. It's kind of simple. It's just been something that's kind of stuck with me. Um, Me and a close buddy were playing a show, and I had a somebody that was listening come up. And he said he kept telling us, "Play what you know, play what you know." And to me, I kind of like to take that and instead of um, playing not necessarily crowd pleasers or all the popular stuff, but play what you enjoy playing. Play the stuff that means something to you, your original music, and you know, people will people will listen.
Mm-hmm. Describe your favorite and least favorite part about being a musician.
Well, obviously, the favorite part is performing. I really do enjoy letting people hear my music, putting it out there. I really enjoy seeing people get excited while I'm playing. Um, Least favorite part, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say trying to keep up. You know what I mean? Because I'm all the time meeting really good musicians. I know piles of musicians who deserve way more credit than I could ever ask for. Um, and just trying to keep up, keep up with them guys, keep learning.
Describe your favorite venue that you have performed at and why.
The favorite venue that I've ever performed at, it was my, I think it was my first venue that I've ever played out. It's just a small bar here in town where I'm from, and it's just a place that I frequent. Me and some friends will go there every so often to get some dinner. Um, it's it's kind of like a second home. As bad as that might sound to some, it's just a place that means a lot. And plus, like I said, it was my first venue. The first place that I ever played with my producer, Bruce Allen. Yeah, so that one kind of holds some sentimental value.
Absolutely. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Um, well, I can tell you where I'd like to see myself. Um, Honestly, I don't know. I mean, everything is such a whirlwind right now. It's kind of uh, hard to say. I've always told myself I don't like to count my ducks, but if all goes well, hopefully I could, be living the dream and playing music for a living. Traveling around, playing music, recording music, and putting it out there for others to hear.
Mm-hmm. What do you like to do outside of music on your free time?
Um, Honestly, I work a lot. I enjoy it. I mean, I do a lot of side work. Um, Small scale excavating, stuff like that when I'm not at my day job. Um, you know, Hang out with friends. I have a pile of really close friends, really good friends that I've known for a long time, and multiple times a week, we'll get together somewhere, whether it's at my house, their house, or out at a restaurant or something, and just kind of talk and catch up.
Mhm. What is one message that you would like to give your fans or anyone listening, Will?
Um, Hang in there, stick with me. I have big aspirations. Um, I'd like to do something with this, I'd like to make my music, popular. I'd like to see it not necessarily um, make a massive change in music, but I typically like to. I'm a big fan of old style country music, and I think that's something that we're growing away from. or I'm moving away from in the music industry. And I'm not saying that I'm going to put out music that sounds identical to George Jones and Merle Haggard, but if
Mhm.
I can get us one step closer, then I'm going to try to do that.
Right. Yeah.
So,
You don't want to copy someone, but you also kind of want to, maneuver it,
right. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
I've always said that, if I were to make music, I've always been a big fan of honky tonk music.
Mhm.
Um, just steel guitars and
Mhm.
drums and stuff. But, uh, obviously that stuff is losing popularity. But
Mhm.
if I can get out there and make music that has the same vibe, the same feel, that with a little bit newer sound, I agree. I think
Mhm.
music needs to evolve.
Right. Mhm.
Music is culture. Culture evolves. Obviously we don't have the same culture that we had back in the 1800s or early
Mhm.
1900s or even 10 years
Right.
ago.
Right.
And I think our music should move with that too. But in good ways. I think we should make steps forward and not
Mhm.
cross over boundaries. I think country music should differ from pop music. Country music should differ from rap music. And I'm not taking stabs at other genres by no means, because I'm
Mhm.
a big fan of lots of rock and roll, lots of pop music. But I think genres should stay true to themselves.
Mhm. Totally. And well, is there anything else that I forgot that you'd like to share with us today before we go?
Nothing I can think of, man. I mean, you touched on a lot. I really appreciate it. Like I said, check out Albuquerque, and then look forward to releasing "Cold as Your Heart." Like I said, it should be next sometime early next year. So
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
thank you so much, man. I appreciate you having me.
No problem. Again, I just want to say a huge thank you to Will Reid for joining me right here on the Kayden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. We truly appreciate you coming on today. We appreciate it so much.
Absolutely, thank you.